It's almost time to end an era for the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. We have reached 100 races and we will celebrate here at the Temple of Speed. The 27 there, Freddie Slater has become our champion, but Matteo De Paolo will try and crown himself vice champion today. He needs just the 1 point to do so. Freddie Slater, though, he became the 5th champion yesterday. Who will join him on the championship podium is the question. That is what we will decide today. Welcome, everyone, to race 2, round 10. This is the 100th race in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. And we come back to conclude this 5th season where we concluded our very first back in 2021 at Monza. Gregoire Saucy was our overall champion that day. Isaac Hadjar was our rookie champion, and RHGP were the team's champions. Gregoire Saucy now racing in the World Endurance Championship, Isaac Hadjar in Formula One. They've gone on to have some great careers already. Freddie Slater has become the overall drivers' champion. Dion Gauda breaking the records that has been set by other rookies in the likes of Isaac Hadjar and all the others that have followed. He's become the rookie champion. Did that with an 8th place finish yesterday. It's now a case of who's going to be the other drivers on the championship podium. Matteo De Paolo just needs a single point to confirm himself as vice champion, but the race for 3rd is very interesting. And the race for the team's championship is very, very interesting as well. We got a bit of a delay, so a bit of time to talk you through all the complexities that can happen. And it's a pleasure to be here. My name, Chris McCarthy. It's been a pleasure to be here from the very first race and all the way throughout the seasons as well, calling it along with George Morgan as well. It's been a real pleasure to be part of this championship. And now we come to race number 100. Celebration took place in the paddock yesterday and will continue throughout tonight as well when we have the awards ceremony. And Freddie Slater, he won't be done here. He took pole position earlier and he'll want to go match the record that Gregoire Saucy did in 2021, taking 8 wins in a single season. Rafa Kamara took 7 on his way to the title last year. Can Freddie Slater do that? However, this is Matteo De Paolo's home soil. Maurizio Salvadori of Trident is in today, and Matteo De Paolo wants to win in front of, I have to say, the biggest crowd we've ever had for an autograph session. They were applauding Matteo De Paolo as he spoke to them earlier and addressed the crowd, and he will want to now go and give that crowd an Italian win to celebrate. We will talk a little bit about the team's championship shortly. I believe we will be hearing from Matteo De Paolo now, so let's get down to the grid with Laura and De Paolo.
So Matteo, the championship has already been decided, but you have the chance to close in a high.
Yeah, luckily yesterday was not our day. Many things out of my control didn't went in the right direction, so yeah, not much I could do. But today, yeah, we have the chance to finish this really good season on a high, and we will try everything to do it.
Good luck.
Thank you, Laura. Good luck to Matteo De Paolo indeed. Now, the race for the team's championship is on. The race for 3rd in the championship is on as well, and they're both very interesting. First, let's address 3rd in the championship, shall we? Claro, 8 points behind Enzo Deligny. However, Enzo Deligny is going to start on the outside of row 10. Claro is much further up the grid on the inside of row 5. A top 5 finish for Claro, as long as Enzo Deligny does not score, would be enough for him to give Van Amersfoort Racing their first overall championship podium, and Matteo De Paolo giving Trident their first overall championship podium as well. So Claro needs to move forward and just hope Enzo Deligny stays out of the points. And in terms of the team's championship, there's a 32-point split between RHGP, who lead, and Prema, who are chasing. RHGP need to score 12 points. The top 2 cars score, but Jin Nakamura is on row 6, and the other cars are down on row 9 and row 10.
Ivan, you won a race in the first round. You could win again in the last one. So what's the plan to make it happen?
For sure, the plan is to win the last race of the season. Yesterday, I missed the victory, and will do my best. I will do everything to win this one today and to finish on a high my season.
Thank you.
So as I mentioned, RSGP need to score 12 points. That's if Prema are to go and score the 33 points. That's what Prema needs to do. Prema needs to get 33 points to win. So Freddie Slater, it's all on him. If all the cars were essentially to stay where they were, if we were to go off and all stay in single file to the flag, Prema would win this championship by a single point. So there is work to do for RSGP. That's all I'll say. We have to keep an eye on things. Prema would win this by a single point. So let's go and hear from Nikita Bedrin. He's got a chance to get a first win today on the second row.
Yeah, exactly. It's your first chance to win. Your last chance to win your first race. Maybe it could happen.
Yeah, it's Monza. A lot can happen. We just need to make sure we stay out of trouble and do everything with the head. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lara. Yeah, a great chance for Nikita. He felt he had good pace in the car. There's Jin Nakamura leading the charge for RSGP. If you're wondering what happened to RSGP, just a disappointing qualifying session. They want to add to that 2021 win. They lost the 2023 championship at Hockenheim on the last lap. Kimi Antonelli stole it from them. Can Freddie Slater be the one who takes it from them? Let's go and hear what the champion has to say. He's with Lara.
Freddie, you already won the championship, but maybe you can help Prema with the team championship.
Yeah, that's the main goal here. I'm just going to try and get on with it, and yeah, hopefully we can score as many points as possible and bring the team championship home, and that's the main goal now.
Thank you, Lara. Yeah, that's what Freddie Slater's goal will be. It really needs to get a win to give them a good shot at this and a realistic chance. So, and he talked so highly of his team after winning the championship yesterday. His journey will fully come to an end with him when he does Macau later in this season, and he'll be hoping to add to his victories there. So our champion on the front row with, I'm sure, vice champion to be, as long as all goes well, Matteo De Paolo. Evan Gilter looking to try and get a win on the second row with Nikita Bedrin, trying to get himself onto the podium. The star of the show for me in quali was Jan Shirowski, the Polish driver. He's with Rashid Al-Daheri, who needs to stay where he is or move forward to help Prema try and win that team's championship. Then a rookie champion, Dylan Gowder, with Edu Robinson, who's had a superb end to the season. Pedro Clero then needs to get to the top 5. He starts on row 5 with Taito Kato. Jin Nakamura and Michael Belov next. That's Clero fighting Enzo Deligny to get onto the championship podium. Hiyu Yamakoshi, Nandavud Bidambakti, row 7, 2 drivers bound for F3. Ricky Liu and Giovanni Maschio are next. Nandavud was testing F3, I'd say, so let's see if he does go there. Row 9, Kanato Lee and Akshay Bora are next. Thomas Stochimanis and Enzo Deligny trying to hang on to this third place. Let's see if he can do it. He is going to be on row 10. Then we have Ania Frey and Edo Borgner on row 11. Yaroslav Veselau and James Agozi. It's been great to have him with us towards the end of this. He's been very impressive. I hope we see him back next season. Next along, Sakirama Sergi is next in 25th place. No Jack Beaton out there for the race. Okay, that is the 25 drivers, all on the grid, ready to go. Race number 100. Really excited for this one. Let's see what happens here at the Temple of Speed. I hope we have a clean run of things. Looks like all the cars are set. We began our journey in Italy, in Imola. Race 1 was there. It was won from pole position by David Vidales for Prema. Alex Quinn finished in second. Hadrian David, who is here coaching Enzo Deligny and has had a superb season winning the Le Mans Cup. He finished in third. So will it be a similar story? Will it be in Italy, a Prema driver winning from pole position? Let's find out, shall we? They're off for the formation lap, making their way down to the first corner. 30 minutes plus a lap. F1 point style system, if you're tuning in for the first time. And we bring an end to the era with our partnership with Alpine. New car, the Tatus T326 is coming in next year. I had the very fortunate chance to sit in the car earlier as well. Had an audience getting in and out, was a bit scary. That's probably the scariest part of the whole thing, but great to get in and sit in the car. And I've got to say, it's feels great from inside. Nice steering wheel, a new steering wheel for this season, 15-inch Pirelli tyres as well, new aero package, brand new engine for next season as well. Overall, it's a step in the right direction with the FIA pathway being introduced as well for next season. It's giving us a step towards getting these drivers ready to jump up to the FIA Formula 3 Championship, and that has been the whole design idea behind speaking to the guys down there. And hopefully as well, the thing that they want to do is create close racing as well, more competitive, more difficult qualifying sessions, and then throughout the race we might see a different challenge for the drivers as well with those bigger tyres. So I'm really excited to see what it is, and I've got to say a big thanks to all the fans who have turned up this weekend. We had our biggest turnout for an autograph session, so really excited to see what we have. And if you're going to be at any races next year, please do come along and support us. Right, let's go full focus on the championship, shall we? Like I said, overall champion's been decided. Matteo De Paolo just needs to stay in the top 10, but battle for third really is our focus in terms of that championship podium. Clero needs to get to the top 5 to give himself a chance. Needs to score 8 points, essentially. He needs to get a top 5 finish if Enzo Deligny is not to score. So 10 points for him needed in terms of the team's championship. RHGP need to score 12 points to secure themselves as team's champions. So that's 2 cars in the top 7 at minimum. But their drivers, Jin Nakamura starts row 6, Enzo Deligny starts on row 10, and Akshay Bora starts on row 9. For Prema, they need to score at least 33 points. They've got Freddie Slater on the front row, and they've got Rashid Al-Daheri on row 3. For them, that would be enough. They just need to stay where they are. They would score just enough points as it is. So for them, they just need to keep the race going like it is, but Rashid Al-Daheri will be looking to try and move forward to add to that 33 points. It's all on the RHGP cars. The RHGP cars have to move forward. Currently, they're all out of the points. They need to get into the points. So we are watching for Jin Nakamura, the 11. We're watching for Akshay Bora, the 31. We're watching for Enzo Deligny to 23. Of course, Enzo Deligny needs to try and get in the points to cover off Pedro Clero if he's to move forward as well. We'll keep an eye on it as the race develops. Let's go for 100 times in Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. To the left of screen is Matteo De Paolo, to the right is Freddie Slater, and we are go for the final time this season in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. Freddie Slater had a great launch off the line. Matteo De Paolo getting straight across to get in the toe of the champion as we head down to the Rettifilo chicane. A lock up there from Slater, a lock up behind from Gilter, who's gone straight across the first chicane. It looks like everyone's gone through safely, but Ania Frey has lost his front wing, and Ania Frey is going to have to come through pit lane. Clero there side by side with Dion Gauda coming through Curva Grande, a little bit delayed out of the first chicane, and now it's down to the Roggia chicane, and Matteo De Paolo is under pressure here as they head through the Roggia. Oh, and a spin going through. That's Rashid Al-Daheri. Rashid Al-Daheri spun, and that could be that for Prema Racing in terms of them trying to win this team's championship. They will not be able to bridge the gap without Rashid Al-Daheri scoring, and that, like that, will be the team's championship with RHGP. The gap will be too big of a gap to bridge with just Freddie Slater, the 32-point gap. He won't be able to do it on his own. No Jack Beaton Racing, and Rashid Al-Daheri has been spun at the second chicane, and RHGP now, even if they do not score any points, it will be theirs. We can see some of the cars working forward, so our focus now moves to the fight for third in the championship. Let's see where Clero is. As I said at the start, he needs to get into the top 5 positions. He's in the top 10. He just needs to now move forward. What a shame for Rashid Al Dahiri, not just for the team, but for his race as well, as they head through Parabolica for the first time and down the start-finish straight. And scanning the mirrors there is Slater De Paolo in second, Bedrin in third, then Gilter Shirovsky is the lead rookie as we head through, and Nakamura has got up to P6 into the first corner. Oh, Gilter trying to get down the inside of De Paolo, who took to the run-off curb in avoidance, just avoiding an instant from happening. Now Claro is P9, so he'd have to gain some more places. Enzo Deligny has come up to P16, so he is gaining places, but needs to gain some more. Down to the Roggia chicane. This is Jin Nakamura, so this is your battle for P6 at the end of that queue, so the second of the orange and black cars. That will be Claro. Let's find them through. Let's see this replay back then. This was the first corner, so we're going to see the wing come off for Anir Frey. He's on the inside, and it's the 21 that comes back across, so that's Thomas Stolchimanis. Well, Anir Frey was sort of on the inside. Right, what happened to Rashid Al Dahiri? One of the Van Amersfoorts went into the back of him and tagged him into a spin. That's a real shame for Rashid Al Dahiri. I can't say I saw which car it was. It was a front-on angle, but he's been tagged, and I wouldn't like to stab a guess either. Down to Parabolica then, Slater leading, De Paolo, Gilter, Bedrin, Shirovsky, the rookie, who's been so impressive this season, going with them. Let's watch for Claro trying to make places. He needs to get to the front of this queue and chase after that lead 5. Out of the final corner, down the start-finish straight. Remember, they have 5 push-to-passes to use on their steering wheel as well. That becomes active after the first lap. So they will be able to use that now, and Claro will be saving that up. Whoa, Taito Kato has gone grass cutting at the first corner. Taito Kato going straight over. Al Dahiri kept going, by the way, but he's down in 24th place, well off the back of the pack. He would need a safety car and then an almighty climb back through the field, and it just seems too much for him to do for me, especially with Jin Nakamura running in the top 10. So we'll focus more on this battle for third, because a 32-point gap between RSGP and Prema, Slater scoring 25, it will just be too much for Slater to do on his own. It's not going to happen. So let's keep an eye on what Claro can do, and this fight for third place. He has an 8-point gap to bridge for Enzo Deligny, who is making steady progress. Here's Nikita Bedrin trying to get onto the podium in the final race of the season. Shirovsky is just starting to drop back, isn't he? And Claro needs that to happen. Down the straight, Slater leading De Paolo. Slater going after an 8th win. De Paolo going after a home win. Gilter in third. Then it is Bedrin and Shirovsky. Very, very impressive. I hope we see more of Shirovsky next season. The incident involving, or the first lap incident involving Stolchimanis and Anir Frey will be investigated after the race. Deligny is up to 14th. He's making progress. Just trying to identify him on the circuit. I can see he's to the left of screen on the inside of the green RPM car of Stolchimanis. Oh, that's Eddie Robinson in the black and white G4 car going wide. Rejoins. And now he's going to be defending from Michael Belov, the CL Motorsport driver, around the outside. Claro can't quite get past his teammate Dion Gauda currently. This is Eddie Robinson defending Belov. Belov's going to get through on the exit. This is where Belov had the incident with James Zagosi and Hiyu Yamakoshi yesterday. Trying to get around the outside of them. There is Deligny, so this is a good battle to watch, actually, because Deligny's in this. And he needs to get into the points just in case Claro starts to make some progress, and this would be a fine drive regardless. Deligny started 20th. He's already up to 14th. Making good progress. down towards Parabolica they go. It's we mentioned the Stolchamanis and Kanato Lee incident will be investigated after the race. I didn't quite see that one, but they've had a separate incident, and that will also be investigated after the race. Right, Bedrin and Shirovsky, they've been dropped, haven't they, by the top three. And Nikita Bedrin is now having to get on the defensive here, or he's going to have to at least consider it. Shirovsky's right with him. Down to the first corner. What about in the background? Can Claro get a move done on the rookie champion, his teammate Dion Gauda? Plenty of activity in the background, isn't there? Let's just hope we keep going all the way. It's been a good start to the race. We've almost ignored the fact that we have 3 cars for the lead separated by 1.5 seconds, but there's so much going on for this championship fight in terms of the podium places and what was the team's championship that we did have to shift focus to that, but De Paolo is keeping Slater very honest, isn't he? He's only half a second back, and maybe in the focus of just ticking the laps down here. Gilter likewise. Slater yesterday, though, if you weren't with us, he did a similar thing with Gilter. He waited, piled the pressure on, then pulled the trigger with 2 minutes to go and gapped him by what was nearly 2 seconds by the end. So Slater had good tyre management in the race yesterday, and has De Paolo considered that and is just biding his time in this race? It's possible. That said, they are dropping drivers one by one, aren't they? They've dropped Shirovsky, they've now dropped Bedrin, now they're beginning to drop Gilter, so they are, Slater is definitely setting a pace that currently only De Paolo can really keep up with, because Gilter is under threat of being dropped here. Through the first corner. Jin Nakamura and Claro going side by side, so Claro's taken another place. That's one step closer for Pedro Claro. He is up to P8. 3 to go. Now we move into the Roggia, and he's going to go around the outside. Is he of Jin Nakamura? No. Oh, and he's gone straight across the chicane. Pedro Claro there over Jin Nakamura, and is he going to continue? Surely he won't. He's gained the place and an advantage, and now he's looking in his mirrors and he's going to just drop back into the path of Jin Nakamura. So there we go. That said, he has kept the place, so interested to see what happens with that one. Dion Gauda is next, now trying to get past Jin Nakamura. Pedro Claro is scanning his mirrors to see what's happening behind. Through Ascari we go, and down the back straight. There is a bollard there that you're usually supposed to go around, but I don't know if Claro just didn't have time to go around it or chose not to. We'll find out, but Slater now leading De Paolo down the start-finish straight, and Gilter seems to have picked his pace up and is going with him. They're split by around 1.9 seconds, so just shy of 2. Taito Kato is joining the fight for P4 as well, isn't he? Oh, in the background, here we go. Claro now, has he allowed Jin Nakamura to go through possibly? Has it been an overtake? Who knows, but what we do know is Jin Nakamura has gone through on Pedro Claro, so those two have swapped back places again, and Claro is now going to have to get back by Dion Gauda. This is kind of desperate time stuff, isn't it? Claro needs to get through quickly, needs to get on with it. I think he knows that, if he's to get 3rd place overall. In the background, we've got Stolchamanis and Maschio fighting away. Kanato Lee has passed James Agozi. And Slater just continues to lead out front. It's quite fitting that we have our champion and Matteo De Paolo, who looks now on to be vice-champion. 1 and 2 fighting away with each other, ready to fight it out for the lead as we move into the second half of the race. And Evan Gilter, who's been a great part of this championship the last 2 years. And Evan Gilter, really enjoy having him in the paddock. He's, in terms of this Frecker era, he's been great to have around as Taito Kato there goes down the inside of Shirovsky. They're going to be side by side on the exit of the corner. Taito Kato now beginning to make his impact. And Taito Kato, another driver really improving throughout the season and now makes his way past Shirovsky. Through he goes, and that will be P5 for Taito Kato. Down towards the first corner he goes, and that's a really good move for Kato. Right, eyes on Bedrin as Claro gets back by Dion Gauda. Now we'll try and get by Nakamura, but look at the time lost to the left of screen. It's 4.7 seconds to this pack. They'll need either an incident or just a lot of battling going on to close this gap. That's the battle in the background. Claro needs to get by Nakamura and then try and set a pace that allows him to close down. You watch Taito Kato through the Lesmos. That said, tyre management was a factor yesterday. Track temperature is now 21 degrees. It was around 6 for qualifying earlier, so you can see the difference we have in temperature here on a day like this. You feel this is where the next move's coming. Surely Claro's going to make another attempt at Jin Nakamura. Through Ascari then. Will it be into the final corner or down that start-finish straight? He needs to get by, and after that battle for fourth, and inject himself into it. We wait to see if he peels out of the slipstream of Jin Nakamura. He doesn't. Stays in behind for the time being. Claro now through the final corner and down the start-finish straight. Meanwhile, Nikita Bedrin is defending from Kato. Just having a look at further down the field, Enzo Deligny is in 11th, so he's getting closer to the points. So Enzo Deligny is just one place away from putting himself into the points. He's moving up the field very nicely, started in 20th, but we're side by side between Bedrin and Kato here. Kato looks to the outside. Is he going to throw it around the outside of Bedrin? No, has to take to the runoff and will rejoin surely behind Bedrin. No, he's going to stay slightly alongside, but now tucks in behind Nikita Bedrin and did the right thing there, Taito Kato. But this is what the Nakamura-Claro group needs to do. They need to kind of decide who's going to lead that chase, and they need a little bit more of this if they're going to have any chance in involving themselves. This is what Claro needs to happen. Let's see what's going on in the background as well. Here comes the fight. No, it's still Nakamura leading for the time being. Claro has to get by now. Right now, Deligny will hold on to his third place. RSGP, further confirmation that they will be the team's champions. Al Dahiri turned into a spin at the start. Taito Kato now pulls out the slipstream and goes down the inside of Nikita Bedrin. Another move done. Down at the Parabolica by Taito Kato. Driving absolutely superb today, and now he's going to break the toe on Nikita Bedrin. You can see him weaving already, but Nikita Bedrin will have the run and will be able to try and fight back down in towards the first corner. Nikita Bedrin looking to the outside. In the background, we're side by side as well. Oh, and a little bit of a lockout there from Kato, manages to hold on, and Nikita Bedrin stays in behind. We were absolutely neck and neck behind as well. It seems Nakamura has held on, judging by the graphic on the left, but this battle raging on. Nikita Bedrin now level side by side into the Roger chicane, forcing Kato to go all the way to the inside of the track. And now round the outside goes Bedrin. What a move from the Santalog driver. Nikita Bedrin gets himself back by Taito Kato and back into 4th place. And he will not let this go, Nikita Bedrin. He wants to hold on to that position. He knows if anything happens to those top 3, he will put himself on the podium. Shirovsky having a great drive there in P6. Just watching on car 7, now Dawood bin Bakti is under investigation. So we will see, that's for out of track with advantage. So he's been deemed to leave the circuit and gain an advantage. We'll see if anything happens with that. But we continue to watch this fight, and they are stealing the show. The Nikita Bedrin fight with Kato and Shirovsky. And it's allowing the gap to close down. I think Claro has decided with what's going on ahead, he's just going to go with Jin Nakamura here because these guys are continuing to fight. And the gap has gone from what was 4.7 seconds to 3.6 in 1 lap. And let's see if this continues to go on. Still over 10 minutes plus a lap to go. And Kato will look to the outside in towards Retafilo chicane. And Kato, lock up from him, lock up from Bedrin. Oh, they're having good fun out there, aren't they? This is a really good race between them. Shirovsky in behind still. The rookie hasn't made his real injection into this, but he's still right there. That said, they have to be careful because they will allow the rest of the field to close in if it continues at this intensity, but I'm all here for it, and so is Kato. Oh, around the outside, and damage there to Bedrin. He's off. Nikita Bedrin's off, and it looks like the front right is damaged, I think, and that is going to be the end of his race. What a shame. Nikita Bedrin is off. Taito Kato went round the outside, just wasn't enough space between them. Let's have a look. Goes round the outside, and it looks like Nikita Bedrin either has nowhere to go or has damage because he's gone straight into the gravel and he's not going to get out of there. So Nikita Bedrin is off, and that brings out the safety car, and that changes things completely because that will allow Kato, Shirovsky and everyone to close in on these 3. This is good news for Pedro Claro. It will allow him to try and get after a top 5 position. However, it also promotes Deligny to 10th place. And so that's something that we also need to monitor. Deligny is now to 10th. Oh dear, that's a real shame for Nikita Bedrin. Off into the gravel and walking away. And he was having such a good race there. Really good to watch, and he'll be disappointed this season ends like that. He qualified so well today, P4, and it was a really intense battle. Going at that rate, you almost felt as if something had to give eventually. Either they were going to be caught by the rest of the pack or someone was going to find themselves off. But whilst it was going on, they really were stealing the show, weren't they? All the cameras and all the crowd would have been eyes on them. There were some great moves being done, but Kato just seemed to be in a rush to rejoin the circuit there, didn't he? And Nikita Bedrin, no real place to go but the gravel. And that's a real shame. Okay, safety car then. Let's assess where we are. Slater is our leader, our champion. De Paolo on track to tick himself off as vice champion here. And what a day it will be for Trident. The Trident team are here in force, I have to say. Mauricio Salvadori squad, they're all here in force to support their driver, Matteo De Paolo, as he looks set to crown himself vice champion, and he's off to race with them in Formula 3 next year as well. And what a proud day it'll be for him and the team. He's taken them into another level that they had yet reached in this championship, and I'm sure they can continue that going forward. Evan Gilter 3rd. He's got his teammate behind him, Taito Kato. Shirovsky 5th. Nakamura 6th. Claro 7th. And now with an opportunity to really fight for 3rd. Gauda is 8th. Yamakoshi 9th. Deligny, though, is 10th. And that is going to give him the opportunity to secure 3rd. Right now, RHGP, our team's champions, Premier need to score 33 points, but Al Deheri has closed up to the pack. So we'll see what the blue livery of Al-Dahiri can do. He's got an almighty task to close back up the pack. But let's just monitor his progress. He's got nothing to lose in the remainder of this race. There he is, Al-Dahiri in the 14, the Mercedes Junior. He will be absolutely going for it. Okay, Freddie Slater leading us down towards Curva Alboreto, as it's now called. And Freddie Slater leading the pack. Matteo De Paolo right with him, and he's going to get his foot to the floor nice and early, and he's given himself an advantage there. He's caught out Matteo De Paolo. Freddie Slater has gapped the field as we head through Curva Alboreto. Matteo De Paolo in second place. Now we'll have to be trying to chase down the champion. Gilter trying to get back-to-back podium finishes, but this is an opportunity for Taito Kato to add to his. Shirovsky has a great chance for an RPM podium as well as we make our way down towards Retafilo. Watch for Claro in that orange and black Van Amersfoort livery. Deligny just needs to keep this clean in P10 as we head through the chicane there. Oh, we've got a G4 car running wide. I think that was Edu Robinson. Manages to rejoin in one piece as they now head round Curva Grande. Everyone nice and clean so far into the Roger chicane. Who's going to take that 100th win in this championship? Shirovsky round the outside of Kato. Rejoins side by side. It's still Claro. Oh, we've got two cars running wide in the background. Who was involved in that? It was Gauda and it was Belov. Deligny in the middle of that somewhere, just trying to identify him. Claro to the outside of Nakamura, needs to get by fast. He's not been able to get by Nakamura at all. Needs to try and make this move on him. Up 10 places, you can see the progress there on the left of screen. Deligny has been the hard charger. He's doing all the work, and now he's looking at the back of Gauda. Edward Borgner, I feel, was actually the car who may have been in trouble at the first corner, not Robinson, because he's dropped a few places. Down towards Parabolica then. Slater, De Paolo, Gilter, Kato, who's up 6 to get to where he is. And that looks like a move, was it, from Claro on Jin Nakamura? I think it was into the final corner there. Claro, I think, has gone by. Let's have a look on the exit of the corner. No, Jin Nakamura is still ahead for the time being. Claro, though, looking to the outside now in the orange and black Van Amersfoort. He'll grab a bit of a toe from Shirovsky. They'll battle this one out on the brakes, and a slide from Jin Nakamura there, trying to get through. Oh, that's a Van Amersfoort car going off and collides into his teammate, Dion Gauda, into the side of Hiyu Yamakoshi. We're going to have another safety car here. Who's that that's gone with him? That's Enzo Deligny. Enzo Deligny's got, I think he's gone off as well. It was one of the RHGP cars who went off. So it was Dion Gauda off into the side of Hiyu Yamakoshi, who's had an absolute disaster. And yes, confirmation, Enzo Deligny off as well. Ania Frey has gone. Oh, what a disaster for Ania Frey. Lost the front wing, and Ania Frey now ends race at turn 1. So Van Amersfoort Racing, who are trying to get their first overall championship podium with Pedro Claro, find 2 drivers colliding with each other. And 2 drivers out of the race. They will celebrate the rookie championship, but this is not how they would have wanted to end their season. And we go back under safety car. Deligny, well, cannot now really add to the points, you'd have to say, down in 19th. So this really is an opportunity now for Claro. Let's find out what happened. Watch for the orange and black, 3rd in queue. Dion Gauda is side by side with the RSGP, goes straight across into the path of Hiyu Yamakoshi. So he was side by side with Deligny. Then in comes Ania Frey, nowhere to go. And Deligny rejoins, but has dropped all the way down the field. Stationary. One of the G4 cars just got through. Likewise, I think one of the Santalot cars further back. Well, this might be a big clear-up. I don't know how long we'll have left here. But now Claro just needs 2 more places on the restart if he can get by Nakamura, who's been something of a roadblock to him. And he will be 3rd in the championship. Where is Rashid Al-Zahiri? 17th. Well, the RSGP will still win this team's title. The fact we're going over the cut through turn one suggests we do have a bit of a clear-up operation going on. We've got two cars in the middle of the road. And I don't know how long this is going to take. This might take a little while. We had 3 cars involved in that one. We'll see what happens. We'll cross our fingers and hope we at least get a lap to sort this one out. But Freddie Slater, De Paolo, Giulte, Kato, Shirovsky, Nakamura, Claro. There was no changes in that 7. The changes have now come behind. It's Belov who is up to P8. And Thomas Stolchamanis is up to 9th. RPM, they have cycled through some drivers, haven't they? They've been sort of getting some drivers in and out the car there, but they found some great ones here, you have to say. Shirovsky, Stolchamanis, 2 very good talents. And excited to see which drivers they bring into next season. Akshay Bora then is next in 10th, and Bora has come up from 18th on the grid. Igozi is next along after that. Another exciting talent, Liu Maschio, Robinson, and Al Masergi, who's come from dead last to 15th place. And I think that one deserves some recognition. We spoke to the G4 Racing team boss, Adrian Munoz, earlier as part of our highlights package, and spoke about the drivers that they've had coming through the team throughout the years, the likes of Alessandro Giusti and Michael Belov. Very proud of their achievements, and they'll be back next season as well. Sakir Al-Masergi, who has been new for this season, up to 15th place. That's really impressive. Okay, let's hope we can get some racing. If we don't come in this time, then it might be a one-lap shootout. Usually by this time we would know that the safety car's coming in, and I think it might be a case of a one-lap shootout, but let's find out. I don't know. I think this, unfortunately, might end as it is. Let's find out, though. We will wait and see, but the 100 races celebration has been, I've got to say, really great this weekend. The new car being here, it's been superb, and it's been well received. All the drivers saying how good they feel about this new car. We have had some drivers visiting the paddock as well, like Leo Fornaroli. It's good to hear the thoughts of him on the new car, of Hadrian David as well, who's in the paddock, Maya Verk, who's in the paddock as well, and get their thoughts. And they've all been very positive on what they think about this new car. I think it's been a real upgrade for the drivers, and all very excited to see what it does. We're across the line, so see what happens if we can get the safety car in for one final lap. It looks like there's still some clear-ups going on because we are still going over the cut-through there. All we can do is keep our fingers crossed and hope all the drivers involved, of course, are okay as well. But all the drivers have been very positive about it. A lot of fans coming to have a look as well. And thank you for all the support over the course of the 5 seasons as well. 39 drivers currently racing in the F1 paddock. Of course, one with the Alpine Formula 1 team as well. It's been a real good job by everyone involved. It's been a real successful relationship, and it will continue in a new era in the FIA Formula Regional European Championship next season. And that is something all the drivers and teams are very excited about, and all of them just excited. Even speaking to mechanics, engineers, they're really excited to get hold of that new car and get their hands on it and start work on it in preparation for the new season. Of course, the Middle East season will take place first of all, and that is always worth watching. if you're not usually a fan of it. It's worth, I'd say, especially next year, keep an eye on the Middle East Championship. You'll see a lot of familiar names, and that will be the first time you can have a look at the new car in action, the drivers in action, and I, for one, am very excited to watch that championship play out and how the new car develops. And I'm sure there are teams that maybe don't usually do the Middle East Championship that go and do it next season in preparation for them coming to do the European Championship next season. Okay, how are we getting on? Oof. The marshals always do a fantastic job, don't they, in going as quickly as they can. Let's find out. I don't know, we still got marshals on the circuit. I think we might end as we are. Let's find out. But as we were saying, I think that Middle East Championship will be really great to watch. See the cars develop, ready then for this season. We've got the one car stop now at Curva Grande, so that really will be that, won't it? Unfortunately, who's that stopped then? That's it says car 23. So Enzo Deligny has stopped around Curva Grande. Well, there we go. So the race will now finish behind the safety car. Well, we were hoping to get one more lap in, but unfortunately, this is not how we would wanted the race to end, the season to end, the 100th race behind the safety car. It's not how we would have hoped it would have ended, but there we go. Safety must come first. Got to make sure all the drivers and the cars are cleared before we can go racing again. But unfortunately, we will have to end this one behind the safety car. Thank you for bearing with us. And if you have been tuning in to the championship this year, on behalf of everyone watching, thank you very much for tuning in with us. It's been a real pleasure to be part of calling the action for you. And I say that on behalf of myself and George Morgan, who I know is going to be tuning in as well. It's always a real pleasure to call all the action for you. That will confirm then that RHGP are the team's champions, like they were in 2021 here, and it will confirm that Enzo Deligny has done enough to hold on to third place by 2 points. He's just walking off in the background there, and he is going to be part of that celebration for RHGP. Matteo De Paolo will be our vice champion. Let's focus on him. What a season Matteo De Paolo has had. The Italian driver giving Trident their first win of the year and of their Freca campaign since we started this championship. They hadn't won before this season. Matteo De Paolo gave them their first, and now he gives them their first championship podium. The Italian's got a very bright future ahead of him, so well done to Matteo De Paolo. He is our vice champion. Finishing in third place in the championship will be Enzo Deligny. He's not on the circuit, but he will be third place in the championship. And RHGP will get their hands back on the team's championship. It's been a long time waiting for them since that first season, but they will now put their hands back on the team's championship, and a well done to them. They had Jin Nakamura and eventually Akshay Bora up there scoring points for them. For Prema, it kind of all fell apart for them really in terms of trying to get that when Rashid Al-Dahiri found himself turned into a spin on the first lap, but RHGP it is who find themselves as the team's champions. As for Freddie Slater, he matches the record that was set by Gregoire Saucy. 8 wins in a single season. He's the first British champion in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine, the first at this level for 2018. I think quite fitting that our champion is going to lead us round the final corner up to the start-finish line, and the 100th race will be won by our champion of 2025, Freddie Slater, who takes us over the line. The vice champion, Matteo De Paolo, comes across the line. Side by side go our champion and vice champion, and off they will go now to Formula 3 as teammates. Congratulations to them both, and we wish them all the very best for the future. That is two very talented drivers who have two very bright futures ahead of them, and we wish them all the very best. They have given us a great title fight from start to finish, and it's been a real pleasure to watch them, to have them round the paddock, and gotta say, two very nice drivers around the paddock as well, but on the circuit, two incredible talents who I really wish all the best going forward, and I say that on behalf of all of us watching and everyone that's been part of this championship, both past and present. And a well done to Evan Gilter. 2 podiums for him to end his season. He'll be very, very pleased with that. Taito Kato finishes in 4th place. What a bright talent he is as well. Shirovsky takes the rookie win. I really hope he can get some further points finishes and come back in as a driver next year. He has been a great asset this weekend. Jin Nakamura 6th, helping RHGP confirm themselves as teams champions. Pedro Claro fell just short of a championship podium in 7th. Michael Beloff 8th. Thomas Stolchimanis, that's one to watch as well, along with Shirovsky. And Akshay Bora finishing in 10th, helping RSGP consolidate that team's championship. And he came all the way from the 9th row. James Agozi, it's been great to have him. I really hope he returns in that new car next season. Ricky Liu, Giovanni Maschio, Edu Robinson, Sakura Sergi from last to 15th, Nanda Woodbin and Bhakti, Rashid Al-Daheri, Yaroslav Veselau, Ido Borgner, Kanato Lee, Enzo Deligny, stopped round Curva Grande on the final 2 laps, Hiyu Yamakoshi, and then we had the likes of Dion Gauda go out as well in that first corner incident with Hiyu Yamakoshi as well. And Nia Frey also caught up in that. But well done. Here comes our champion, Freddie Slater, with Prema Racing. He's had such a great career with them so far. He'll head off to Macau with them, where he'll officially leave them for the time being, at least. Italian F4 champion with them last year, won the Middle East Championship. Now he adds the FRECA title to it. This driver fell just short, didn't he? Matteo De Paolo. But he's had a superb career himself as well, and that's a points record as well for Freddie Slater. So a well done to him. He's a driver who has been matching records and now setting some as well, and that's something he can take with him into the future. He's been a star of the championship and goes down in the record books as well. Well done to him. Climbs out the car for the final time this season. Freddie Slater, your first British champion in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. And that was absolutely perfect. Well done to him. 8 wins in a single season has only been done once before, and that came the very first time we did it. Freddie Slater now does it again. Well done to him. Gets the most points in a single season as well. That's a record to him, and picking up the Teams Championship board. We've got RHGP there as well, who can go and celebrate that. Celebrations beginning for them. And we've got Akshay Bora beginning the celebrations, but there's Jin Nakamura as well, also celebrating. Well done to Jin. He's going to be off to, he's graduating next season, but can end his time in this championship with them. He's helped them pick up the Teams Championship. RHGP, it's been a long time waiting. They fell just short in 2023, but RHGP now have the Teams Championship. Well done to them. RSGP have, after missing out in 2023, have retained the team's championship for the second time. After winning it in 2021, they now win it back in 2025. And the French outfit begin to celebrate. They've had some year as well. They won the Le Mans Cup with Hadrian David, and now they win the FRECA Championship. And well done to RSGP. It was 3 years on the bounce for Prema Racing. RSGP always running them close. And now they can bring the trophy back home. And there will be celebrations this evening, there's no doubt about that. They've been a successful outfit, not just in single-seaters, but in prototypes this year as well. They've had a real successful year, producing some excellent talents in Enzo, Deligny, Jin Nakamura, and Akshay Bora as well. Really great team to have around the paddock as well. Here's the highlights from the race then. Champion on the right, vice champion on the left, leading us away for the final time and the 100th time. As we celebrated, it was down towards the first corner and a lock-up from Slater to Paolo, gave him all the room. Gilter was the driver who ran wide, and Near Frey lost his front wing with subtle contact there to Thomas Stolchamanis. He was just trying to avoid everyone on the inside. Rashid Al-Dahiri was tagged into a spin by one of the Van Amersfoorts, and that brought an end to Prema Racing trying to challenge for the team's championship. Big lock-up then came for one of the ARTs, but managed to keep going. Again, I think that was Kato, but then this is when Kato went round the outside of Nikita Bedrin over the gravel, and that was Nikita Bedrin going off into the gravel as a cause of that. Then Dion Gauda over the gravel into the path of Hiyu Yamakoshi. His left rear suspension completely gone. Enzo Deligny went off, rejoined, and would pull over a couple of laps later, which extended the safety car period, and that meant we ended under safety car, and it was 8 wins for Freddie Slater, who knocked it out the park, and congratulations to him. He now gets 8 wins in a single season. It's only been done once before, and scores more points in a season than anyone has before, a record set by our first British champion. Well done, Freddie Slater. He's got some career ahead of him, hasn't he? He's going to have all the eyes on him from the very top paddocks, and I'm very excited to see what he goes on to do. Likewise from the likes of Matteo De Paolo as well. We've got a really good grid here. There's a reason a lot of people are getting excited about Formula 3 next season, and I think that's because this grid was so talented. And Evan Gilter was part of that. He walks out into third. I'm excited to see what the future holds for Evan. Matteo De Paolo, a lot of support here for Matteo. He's helped Trident develop as a team, and I'm sure the next Trident drivers already announced will go on to continue that. And Freddie Slater for Prema Racing, champion, and now a record holder in the championship as well. And Prema Racing, not to be for the team's championship for them, that goes to RSGP, but they have the drivers' championship once again, and this time with Freddie Slater and Jan Shirovsky, rookie winner, and definitely one to watch for 2026.
Evan Gilter per il terzo posto e Sébastien Martin, Sporting Coordinator, Single Seater Junior Categories per...
And now we get the trophies out.
Il premio appunto
Evan Gilter.
Evan Gilter.
That's a really great result for him.
Il premio per Matteo De Paolo in seconda posizione,
2 podiums to end his season.
Da Davide Gerosa, Pirelli Motorsport
well done to him. And great to see him back on the podium. Matteo De Paolo, finishing in second.
Il vincitore Freddie Slater viene invece
And then Freddie
premiato
Slater,
da Javier Maffioli,
the second
deputy
time
single-seater
he's done the double
operations and junior
as well.
categories
He became the 8th driver
director.
to do so. He did it at Paul Ricard, and now he's done it again. Well done. The only driver to do so this season, and he's done it twice as well. Saucy done it twice in 2021, and now he's done it twice as well. So, again, matching a record that Gregoire Saucy done by doing it twice in a single season. And Jan Shadowski, rookie winner as well. Rookie win for the RPM driver. They know how to win rookie races and rookie titles as well.
Un applauso al vincitore Freddie Slater, a tutti i piloti del podio che ora poseranno per le fotografie ufficiali.
Well done to Freddie Slater. He is our champion for 2025. Matteo De Paolo finishing in second place overall. That is all for the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine era. Thank you to everyone who has been involved in this championship. We get ready for a new era, the FIA Formula Regional European Championship in 2026. A brand new car. We will see you there in 2026.